And that is all for today, Mrs. G.
Easy pussy, Edie pussy.
It's easy peasy.
Easy peasy, yeah.
Thank you.
Made for Love is one of HBO Max's newest releases. This show stars Cristin Milioti, Billy Magnussen, and Ray Romano. This is a dark tech comedy based on the 2017 novel of the same name. It has a very dark mirror feel to it, but it's brightened up by the humorous tones. They give us the first 3 episodes this week. They'll release another 3 episodes on Thursday. It was greenlit for a total of 10 episodes. The first episode opens up with a commercial for the product that the show is named after, Made for Love. Made for Love is a chip that gets inserted in you and your partner's head, connecting you in the utmost and intimate ways. You'll know exactly how your partner feels. You'll see what they see. Know if they are lying. Honestly, to me, this idea is so creepy and invasive. This is a device right out of my controlling ex's wet dream. My marriage would end 30 seconds after they get a look inside my crazy head. We then cut to a desert with a house in the middle of nowhere. Some ways away from the house, there's a hidden latch in the ground that Cristin Milioti's character pops out of. It looks like maybe it's a cave system since it's full of water. Her character is looking really rough, like she has been through some shit. She's in that same gorgeous green dress from the cover, but just looks totally ratchet. We find out that she is Hazel Gogol, married to Byron Gogol. He's kind of like this world's Steve Jobs, but way more eccentric. Their last name is also pretty clearly a nod to Google. Byron is in charge of Gogol Industries, the world's leader in technology advances. They both live in a compound that he created 10 years ago called The Hub. The Hub is some kind of creepy tech Willy Wonka factory full of artificial skies, a dolphin that you can swim with, that you can share its thoughts with, and there's about 20 chicken statues that record your every move as they monitor you and your orgasms. This place is just so off-putting. Much like its creator Byron, the Hub looks beautiful on the outside, but there's some darker secrets within. They've been locked away for 10 years inside the Hub. We learn all of this through flashbacks while Hazel is continuing to escape from the Hub. She gets picked up by someone driving by and ends up at a strip club. Hazel is very scared and anxious. It's here that she steals some essentials for her journey. While she's in the bathroom taking a moment to get her composure, she has yet another flashback to a recent party her and her husband held for their tech company. Billy Magnussen plays this part perfectly. I loved him in Maniac as well. Him and Cristin Milioti and his Hazel were just perfect casting. At the party, we see them have a very tense exchange where Byron tells Hazel, "I know you've been lying." Then he snaps right back to his happy, manipulative self. He plays this towards the crowd. He tells everyone that him and Hazel will become the first users, which is a surprise to even Hazel. We cut to Byron's 2 partners, and they are both shocked by this announcement as well. They are both under the assumption that it's still not ready for human use. The flashback ends with a disapproved Hazel, and we are back in the strip club, which seems to be empty now, and we see that same guy partner from before has tracked Hazel down. Seeing Herringbow scares Hazel into a frenzy, and it starts to feel kind of like a horror movie. They have a brief chase sequence which ends with Hazel chopping his fingers off with an axe and then jumping into a truck of another passerby. While they are driving away, we get another flashback from the night of the party. After the shocking announcement that her mind will no longer be just hers, Hazel feels trapped. She feels no escape, no happiness. This thinking results in Hazel trying to end her life. She changes into that same green dress that she was wearing in the opening scene, gathers all of the surveillance roosters into a knapsack that she wraps around her neck before jumping into the pool. This is when the flashback ends and we cut back to the present day, where Hazel's on the run. The trucker brings Hazel back to her hometown, and we got a brief look at this in a flashback from earlier. We got a bittersweet look into the child life of Hazel. After exiting the truck, the alarms of nearby parked cars as she walks by are going off. Lights are flashing. The telephone that she picks up starts to ring before she can even use it. Hazel starts to get worried and starts to rush more. Mount Rushmore. When this guy approaches her, saying someone is calling him and wants to talk to her. Of course, it's Byron. Byron and Hazel have this really funny exchange using this guy as the middleman. It's really funny. I really enjoyed this scene. During this scene, we get a shocking revelation. We find out that Hazel is already made for love. She already has the chip in her, which explains a lot of what's been going on. The cars, the guy, and Byron knowing exactly where she was, how Byron knew she was lying. This hits Hazel hard, and she just starts sprinting towards her childhood home. We see that Byron is in a car tracking her, presumably on his way to her. As Hazel makes her way to her childhood home, she takes a moment to yell at Byron through her reflection, which becomes a way they kind of communicate later on. Hazel busts into the house in a panic, just as her dad, played by Ray Romano, is about to bust inside of a synthetic sex doll. She probably should have knocked or something because she sees her dad balls deep in this thing before the episode ends. Well, that was episode 1. If you guys really enjoyed this and want me to do the rest of the season, definitely let me know in the comments. I might continue it if I have the time, if I don't, whatever. If you guys are showing some interest in it and want me to do the rest of the season, I will make the time though. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will catch you in the next one. Laters on the Min J.